The veracity of the Incan system is to focus on the preview of deform, but the preview of deform is just a lecturer of blockage, bad, making fake art is an enjoyment of life. No, it's just a session by dykes. Is she a dyke? That lady at Juno, Spunku Punku? Spunku Punku? Ah, you know what Spunku Punku is? Because in the manhood of her life, she probably like, get along. Maybe, maybe not. But in that way, if she doesn't, she just groups on sessions of double because Banku Banku is just a wrinkle of, you know, this person, you know, magician. So, if that dyke can secure the inner, then if there is a key, she may bleed like me. It's just Varnam of Vendo. Do, do, Behene, it's called. So, if your G spot is Mwasham, it is the pleasure. So, you get one of these one day. I like the character. It's just Walt Disney. Big hump on his back. Poor bugger. One. We were born, we were born. We were born, we were born. But the timer of our born is just 3-8 by immigrant. Nothing we can do. Well, sharing society of the Instagram is that once we orbit in relation to our nationality, the fluctuation of Dila is that we will also know the Atlaka, because in that way, the existence of knowing that the institution of plotting is a ishana to manufacture a certain amount of degree. But in so, if there is a confront in relation to the immigrant, we will compress. I'm poor. I like being poor. Sorry, you don't have $50. So in that way, Dragon Ball Z, I don't know this, but your access file to ROM is a difference in relation to the subplots, because in that way, if we can reverse into the demonstration of Donald Trump, then the Daffy Duck would be not the same in the literature, because these two things are there. But the point of view is a difference in relation to the 3D glasses. It happened in the cinema. So in this way, the fluctuation of knowing that the absolute of monarch is that Gorshanan to Pada the service and to Ishanon the Gorshanan. In the division to support the 3D glasses is that the evolution of knowing how this work is a repercussion of the law. But in the reality of knowing how to sum in relation to the right eye, left eye is a mekacy of illegal. But the 3D glasses is just blue and red. So the lens in blue and red, how can it complement the recesses? And in this way, when it does, it will Rorschach. But in so, when it does, it will complement. So, maturely, the ergonom of knowing that the 3D glasses visualize the impairment based upon Optimus Prime. In so, based upon Optimus Prime, the 3D or no is that the Balexis of knowing that the codecs will work. Well, I have to check my DVD player. I see if 3D works, but it's a different codecs. I think it may work, but it's just a different TV as well. Because it's just monochrome. If the TV is monochrome with the codecs, then it works in that DVD or Blu-ray. So in the cinema, it's a different projector. Yes. So in a different projector, the legacy of knowing that the Warcraft will 3D view the isolation of Dila. So in that way, the relationship of law is an issue now. Because, Cyclone, what kind of things are we accounting to the diplom to decide what to do? And in that way, to decide what to do is a necessity of law and the execution of our many. So in this way, with Sunny, the legacy of law is the character of the form, because when it does that, it will composite itself into alaka and athletics. So in that way, the dimension irrational of law is an execution of reality. But real 3D, didn't a movie player on the computer system back in the old days called Real something? So in that way, the Delilah of knowing that the astronaut will perform the division of black sun. So in that way, when you are out of this planet, it will be like this. You cannot see. And since you cannot see, how would you confront the 3D view in the outer space? Yes. So in that time, the lexicist of law is an instrument of Blakshon. But the Sita is only an instrument to know that reality of shooting star may be bursting into the dark crystal. But the complexity of the dark crystal is that the sharing of the dark crystal will equalize the Mathafa. But Manjeta, the conflict of knowing that the star will Atla in the depth of the width and the dimension of Millikan. So in this way, knowing how to introduce the Lele, and in so, when you cannot see in the outer space, the light is not the same. So, in relation to RGB, LED, LDV, and VOP is just a real 3D. And it's just a real 3D means that if we see the sun, the star, the solar, then we can compromise our imagery in our brain. So, based upon illegal, because our brain is born in this planet, but if we go to the outer space, our brain is still long, like so. So when it does, what happened to our storage in our memory? We yes, we get jet speed, whatever you call it, because from overseas, when you travel to a certain overseas, they're different time, isn't it? Like a week to Australia or a month to Australia. By the time you get to Australia, is a different time. And then what happened when you get here? Jet lag. You just get jet lag. So when you wake up, you go, oh, I thought it was like 10 p.m., but it's actually 2 a.m. So accessing the ROM is an occasion of knowing that our imagery is the complexion of Dishon. And in that time, when we know how to travel over space, when we born new people, what's going to happen? Because we all live here